Step away from the bike.
Oh, crap burger, it's locked!
Oh, shoot, man, watch where you're going.
Dude, we gotta get the hell out of here!
Why?
Nicolas Cage is trying to kill me! He went insane! Well, more than normal for Nicolas Cage.
Dude, Cage is here?
Dude, get out of here, he's coming!
I warned you! Warned me what?
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Am I getting through to you? Over!
Oh, wow! It's really you, Nick Cage! I loved you in Ghost Rider! Can I get your autograph?
God, no! Oh, crap!
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. His face. What's happening to me?
Wait! Before you kill me! You're not Nicolas Cage, are you? Oh my god! You're Michael Myers!
Yeah, baby, yeah! On the swinger, baby!
Following movie review is rated R for retarded. In a world full of crime, corruption, and destruction, one man decides to review movies. This is Devil Dog at the Movies. Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back from just going and seeing the new 2018 version of Halloween. Just to let you know, this is basically like them deleting Halloween 2 all the way up, and this is pretty much a retcon direct sequel of the first, right after the first Halloween movie. The main plot of this is it takes place 40 years after the end of the first Halloween film, where Laurie Strode, basically Jamie Lee Curtis's character, is suffering PTSD from the fact of what happened on the Halloween night 40 years ago with Michael Myers going around killing a bunch of people. And the overall plot of this consists of basically they have Michael Myers, which they won't kill. They want to keep him for some reason. Never understood that with movies like this. And in real life, if you have a massive killer, just kill the son of a bitch. You'd be doing the world a favor and costing a lot less money. But basically what happens is they're transferring him to another medical facility. Naturally, he breaks loose and kills a bunch of people. And Jamie Lee Curtis' character, Laurie Strode, has been pretty much planning for this day for the past 40 years. Her, daughter was taken away, and she ended up having a family of her own and stuff like that. But she had trained her at a young age to be ready for the day when Michael Myers would return. So while everyone thought that she was crazy, she was actually just getting prepared for the fact that she knew the day was going to come when Michael Myers was going to escape and come back to kill her. Now, the aspect of it actually is pretty cool. I mean, hands down, I'd have to say the cinematography of this film, it was very well shot, very well done in terms of the filming aspect of it. And the musical score, once again, returns. John Carpenter does the musical score, and it is superb. The music is superb, and that's the problem with this movie, though. I want to say bright things about it, but, I'm going to get into a full spoiler after this, but I'd have to say it is a very disappointing movie. It is boring as hell. I mean, within the first half hour, I understand they're trying to set up these new characters with the character development, but they don't really do a good job of it. And there's lots of characters they bring in for no reason other than just to get them killed. And I just find that really poorly written on how they do that. I mean, really badly how they do it. Now, Michael Myers is creepy as shit. I'll give whoever played him credit. He does a great job, the character does, the actor, of really making you feel really kind of nervous and scared around him, because his mannerisms and the way he behaves and who he chooses to kill is completely random. And they make a big point about this. They constantly say throughout the film, especially the one main doctor, they even refer to him as Loomis's replacement, since the character... I can't remember his name. He died a long time ago. So the character Loomis has passed away, and there's a new doctor who's in charge of Michael Myers. So they want to try to get into the mind of Michael and figure out why is he killing these people, and they never really get into that. And in the end, it's a really bad movie. It's not good. I really had high hopes for this film. Blumhouse was like the production company that made this, and they're pretty damn good at making horror movies and slasher flicks. This was not one of them. Hands down, Jamie Lee Curtis steals the show with her acting. She does some sensational acting. You honestly feel really bad for Laurie Strode's fact that her mind and the PTSD that she's went through and how she's been training for this day has made her a complete friggin' nutcase. And in the end, her character was very well established. Her daughter's character was well established, and her, and everything like that is well done. But the movie's pacing is god-awful. And there's long bits of just mundane, boring, time-padding bullcrap that's supposed to make you feel sorry for these characters, and you don't when they get killed. And the number one flaw in this movie is they don't show the kills. There is literally only one kill in this entire movie of 15, 16 people that gets murdered by Michael Myers that they actually show. Okay, everything else, it'll be they'll have a few like this. You see Michael go wild, and then you'll hear noises, and you'll come back and the person's dead in a pool of blood, like their jaw ripped off or something, and they don't show it. They only show one part where a lady gets stabbed through the throat with a knife, where it literally comes through and out her throat. That was cool. Other than that, you go to see these slasher flicks to actually be scared, to have that sense of dread build up in you, and also to have a decent amount of pacing, and you want to see the people get killed, okay? I'm not saying I want to see Saw-style filet-o, cutting the people up, seeing their guts, but when you see a movie where Michael Myers stabbing people, you kind of want to see Michael Myers actually physically stab the people. But in the end, I would have to say this was a mediocre movie. It wasn't good at all. The only part that was great was the guy who played Michael Myers did a damn good job. He was creepy as shit. You didn't get to see his face, which was nice. The mask was cool. The effects were actually pretty well done from what you did get to see. And Jamie Lee Curtis steals the show with her acting. Superb acting on her part. I honestly felt bad for her character in the movie. But in the end, it wasn't a good movie, and I highly recommend you don't go see it. Fortunately, I got to see it a day early. It officially is released tomorrow. If you see this review, don't go see it. Save your money. It's actually not that good of a movie. They keep making these remakes of movies, and they just keep sucking. You know, they screwed up Freddy Krueger. Now they screwed up Michael Myers. I'm just waiting for them to do, thank God they didn't do that reboot of Friday the 13th. I could only imagine if they have Jason freaking singing show tunes or something. Stop ruining these favorite characters of mine. My God. I mean, in the end, it's terrible. Now, from this point on, I'm going to give spoilers of the entire movie. So if you do still plan on seeing this movie, which is totally, it's up to you if you want to spend money to go see this movie. After all, this is strictly my opinion. But from this point on, I'm going to have spoilers of the movie. Now, basically, it starts off with, these two new doctors that are doing like a report. Going to see Michael Myers. These two characters serve no purpose in this film other than them to set up the fact of Michael Myers is in this insane asylum area. And they just happen to, for whatever reason, able to get a hold of the original Michael Myers mask that he used to murder the people 40 years ago. And they take it to him in hopes that it will trigger something in Michael Myers to get him to speak. Which Michael Myers never talks, which is cool in the movie. So they're transporting him, Michael Myers, to another medical facility. Naturally, they don't show any of this either. Miraculously, on the bus, he gets free, kills all the people, and all the loonies escape, including Michael Myers. Naturally, some guy is taking his son out to go hunting late at night that just happens to come across them. And this movie is full of all the classic cliches of, oh, look, here's a bunch of insane motherfuckers out on the road in the middle of the night. Do we A, call the police and lock the doors? Or B, leave your kid in the car and get out and go and look and see what's going on? So naturally, the dad gets killed. The kid, who's kind of smart, he goes out. He calls 911. He calls the police, which is kind of smart. But then when he gets in the, he's looking around and he looks in the overturned bus, and the doctor who was riding along with him, he's still alive, and the kid shoots him. Okay, doesn't kill him, wings him, but hurts him to where he's down for the count for quite a while in the film. And Michael Myers shows up and kills the kid. Doesn't really show it. Michael Myers, okay, you think, how old is Michael Myers in this? This is over 40 years since when he murdered these people. So, and he looks rather old too, so he's got to be like almost senior citizen age by now, but he's remarkably strong. I mean, he's crushing people's necks, breaking them, their heads, and, like the one dad, he snapped his neck, and you don't see it, you just see him there with his neck all broken, kills the kid, somehow manages to track down the two doctors that are at a gas station, kills a bunch of people at the gas station, bashes this guy's jaw off in the gas station, which would have been nice to see, but you see his jaw's ripped off, but you don't see it, for no reason Michael Myers goes into the women's room, tracks down the female doctor, and that's where the classic scene you see in the preview trailer where he's letting loose all the bloody teeth over the bathroom stall wall. And gets in a fight with her buddy, her friend or whatever comes in, hits him with a crowbar. Michael Myers smashes the shit out of his face into the wall, which was pretty cool. You actually get to see that. Kills him, and then chokes and kills her, okay? And then from there, it's just like he's just magically just going around randomly picking people, killing them. Goes into this lady's house, goes out grabs a hammer, walks in. You don't get to see this either. He walks out of frame, you hear, and when they pan back around, you see that he had killed the lady with a hammer just to grab a butcher knife. And then from there, he cuts all these stupid scenes of the kids going to a dance party and just setting up basically death fodder. Just setting these little kids up to get murdered by Michael Myers. He goes in and, while this girl is babysitting this little kid who's a pretty damn funny kid, and, murders her, stabs her boyfriend. You don't get to see that either. You just all of a sudden get to see, when the cop shows up, that he's stuck to the wall, hanging off the wall with steak knives in him, which, once again, you didn't get to see it. And then he goes in another random, teenager's house, kills her, and that's the only kill you actually physically get to see that's pretty cool, as he stabs her from behind after slamming her head into the table, right through the neck, through the back of the neck with the knife that comes out her throat that kills her, which was kind of cool. And he just goes around murdering people for no reason, And it just so happens that he happens to come across Laurie Strode's daughter, yeah, and is chasing after her. And to make the long story short, after like I think about a half hour or 45 minutes in this movie when stuff starts happening, they finally all meet up at Laurie Strode's house, and she's got it all set up like a panic room sort of thing with weapons everywhere, secret hidey holes, and they get this battle with her and the rest of her family. The husband goes out. His dumb ass goes out because he thinks the cops pull up. And that's another part that was kind of cool is, oddly enough, Michael Myers kills the police and pulls the car up. He knows how to use the horn. He's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. So the dad gets out to go out there and see what's going on, opens the door. The one cop's dead, and the other cop's head's been cut off with all, the guts removed out of the skull with a flashlight shoved up in it to where his head looks like a jack-o'-lantern, where the eyes are missing and the mouth's missing and the lights coming out. That was pretty cool, And he's like, oh my God, and Michael Myers shows up behind him and strangles him to death, kills him, goes in the house. Laurie Strode pretty much gets in this long, slow fight scene where she's just going from room to room looking for Michael Myers. And it's supposed to be scary, but it's not, because it's just like, get to the damn point already, she goes up to the main room and sees all these mannequins, covered in blood. So she actually thinks, oh, he's hiding in a closet, because Michael Myers likes hanging out in closets. So when she opens up the closet door, somehow, Michael Myers was able to climb in there with the body of the father and had him up in the closet. Michael appears from behind the mannequins. They get in a tussle. Laurie Strode gets thrown out over the balcony on the ground below. And that's right when the other daughter shows up at the house, And like I said, it's another one of these cases of, just everybody just happened meeting up at the same time at the same place. It's really kind of sad. One part that was kind of cool is when Michael Myers looks back out to see if Laurie Strode's on the ground, she's gone. Like classic little twist, because when Mike Myers gets thrown out, she looks back and he's gone. They did a nice little switch there. So she comes back into the house, gets into another fight with Michael Myers, blows his fingers off with a gun, which is kind of cool. And they get in a fight where he's hitting him with a frying pan. Michael Myers is beating the shit out of her. And, they get to a part where, Michael Myers falls down into the basement in the little safety panic room they have. They get out, and it's actually a trap. Laurie Strode had it set up where she hit a button, these spikes close in, and they lock Michael Myers in the basement. And then she flips a switch, and it sends off all this gas and heat lights on that pretty much sprays gas into the basement and lights it on fire, and they burn Michael Myers alive, and they leave. And as they're leaving, the whole house is burning down. And they cut back to a nice scene where you look, and you don't see Michael Myers in the basement no more. So you can tell what they're doing here. They're setting it up for another sequel where they don't show Michael Myers actually burnt to a crisp and dead. Like I said, in the end, mediocre movie, not good at all. I would actually say pass on it. Go and watch one of the original ones. I did like the fact that this is actually retconning some of the terrible Halloween movies. Like Halloween 2 was Halloween 3 Season of the Witch had nothing to do with Halloween. And then some of the other ones started getting into that cult aspect of Michael Myers, which was kind of stupid, But in the end, I would say it's watchable, but it's actually a boring movie. The best aspects of the movie where they show gore, they don't show gore. You don't get to see no one really get killed but 2 or 3 people out of the 16, 17 people Michael Myers kills. And they don't explain why he's going door to door killing people. They don't explain why some kids he kills, other kids he just ignores. I mean, he's crazy, so I guess that's just him. And in the end, like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis's reprisal of Laurie Strode was by far the best part of this film. You generally felt bad for the character, and you felt good for her when she finally was able to overcome and beat Michael Myers at the end. Her grown-up daughter and her daughter's daughter, I could give a crap less about, and all the people that died along the way were just, basically a knife fodder. In the end, a mediocre movie, save your money, don't see it. Once again, they've ruined one of my favorite franchises. First, they did it with a reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street, made that stupid as hell. This one, like I said, it's not stupid as hell. It's just mediocre. It's just, it's not scary. It's really not gory. The best aspects, like I said, were the soundtrack, the filmography was well done, and the acting was good. Other than that, the script sucked, and I don't recommend it. Well, this was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to say thank you for everyone who subscribes to my channel. Please hit that icon, that bell icon, so you can be up to date with whenever I update and upload new videos. Please leave in a comment below if you've seen this movie already or if you plan to go see it. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out!